Welcome to the Admin Settings Training Part 1. In the training, we're going to cover some basic information about ProLender, the Utilities section, user groups, support tables, drop-down lookup values, loan statuses, and I'll briefly show you the section on document imaging. If you do have questions about how to set up document imaging, you'll want to review the Image Center Admin Training. So under the basic information section, we're going to cover just the program setup, your very first login, accessing admin settings, and then the admin panel. Within the admin panel, we'll cover the utility section, which includes, of course, some interfaces. We'll cover user groups, support tables, the drop-down lookup values, the loan statuses, and of course, like I said, I'll show you the document imaging section. So let's go ahead and hop into admin settings. Now I'm going to log into ProLender using the login name admin and the password admin. And that's how ProLender is defaulted. Now once you log in for the first time, we recommend that you create a user and change that admin login and password. You can keep the user as admin, but just of course make sure that you change the password to something else. So I'm going to go ahead and hit enter on my keyboard, and now I'm logged into ProLender. Now since I'm brand new to the system, I don't have any loans. However, once I start working on loans, it will default to the last loan that I was working on. Now how I'm going to access admin setting is by going up to Tools and clicking on Admin Settings. Now this is going to take me over to the admin side. Now keep in mind that only a few users are going to have access to admin settings, and later in this training we'll talk about setting up security. So you just know that only some of your users will have access to admin settings. So over here on the left you'll see that we have the admin panel, and if you just scroll through there's a few different sections, and we'll cover all of these. The very first section is the utilities. And inside the utilities, we have the first screen, which is check for updates. Now, when there's an update available, you'll receive an email notification from ProLender letting you know that you can run the update. So all you have to do is come into Admin Settings and click Start. Now, it's going to run the update, and it's going to update it for all of your users. Now, keep in mind that when you are running the update, all of your users have to be out of the system. So we suggest that you run the updates early in the morning or late in the evening after your users have logged out and gone home. Also keep in mind that if you are running the update and your users try to log in, they'll get a message that says that maintenance is underway, and that they'll just need to wait until the update has completed and then they can log in. Now the next screen is your company details. And this is where you can change, anything from your company address or phone number or website. So if you do move offices, you can come in here and update this information. You also have the ability to default quite a few fields that will apply to individual loans. So for example, if you have if your loan approvals always expire in 60 days or 30 days or however long it is, you can enter that in here so that when your users enter in their approval date, the expiration date will automatically populate for them. So you can complete any of these fields so that they automatically populate on your loan. One that I do want to point out is your locks expiring. Within ProLender, you have the ability to roll the lock forward or backwards if it actually falls on a holiday or on a weekend, or you can say, no, it's going to expire on the actual date. So your company can set it up based on what your policies are. Some of our clients roll it back to the Friday before if it expires on a weekend or a holiday. Some of our clients will roll it forward to the next day. So it's really up to you, and keep in mind that this will affect the automated or automatically populating lock expires date. So we'll use this information to calculate that date. We do recommend that you go through and complete these fields. If you are going to make all of your loans MERS loans, come in here, select yes, so that your users don't have to select it on every loan. Now keep in mind that when you do default information on this screen, your users can adjust it on the actual loan. So regardless of how it's defaulted, they can go through and say, well, maybe this particular loan isn't a MERS loan. But if the majority of your loans are, go ahead and default it. Some other ones I want to show you are the aggregate rounding. Now, based on your doc provider, they may calculate the aggregate monthly or annually. And so you'll just need to select how it should be calculated. So again, you'll want to go through, select all of these. Another one, you'll want to select the impound cushion. If you're using somebody like DocMagic, they default theirs as 2 months. So you'll want to make sure that you have that information entered correctly. We also give you the ability to change your alert color, which means if you have a loan status or maybe you have outstanding conditions on the loan and they're set in an alert color, that means that they're going to show up in whatever color you select here. So you can click on the magnifying glass, choose the color you want it to show up as, and then from then on, if you have a loan that's suspended and it's set as an alert color, it's going to draw the user's eye over to that item, and then it will be in whatever color that you select here. So again, you want to select all of your defaults for prepaid interest and FHA, MI. Now the next tab is for product registration. So when your registration code expires, you'll want to come in here, select your product, and then enter in the product key code and click register. Now you only have to do this once, just like with the updates. You'll enter in the information, click register, and it will update for all of your users. Now same with the updates. You can do this from any workstation, and only one person has to do it, and it will update for all users. The next tab is for holidays. So this is going to affect your lock expiration date that automatically populates. So if you want a holiday to affect that lock expiration date, you want to make sure that they're entered here. Now I can adjust these just by double-clicking on it, changing the holiday name or the date, and then it will affect that lock expiration date. Now, if you're going to be using the Notify feature, which allows users to send emails through ProLender, you'll want to make sure that you complete the Server Settings tab with your server address, login, and password. If there's a proxy server settings, you want to enter those as well. And then, of course, you can enter in your email confidentiality message. Now, last we have the FHA and VA tab, where you'll just check the box next to your field office. And of course, you'll enter in your FHA lender ID and VA lender ID. We'll go ahead and click close and save all of our changes. The next screen is for your loan file removal. So if your user accidentally uploads a file to the system twice, you'll need to delete that duplicate loan. So what you want to do is come in here and you can search by borrower name, loan number, property address. Type it in here. And it's going to give you a list of loans to choose from. Check the box next to the loan you want to delete and click delete. Now keep in mind that once the loan is deleted, it's gone for good. So it's really important that when you do come in here to delete a loan, that you are absolutely positive it's the right loan. Some of our clients will even go into the loan and change the borrower's name to say something like delete or duplicate, so that when they do come in here to search for that loan, they know exactly which one they need to delete. Now the last section is for interfaces. Now in here is where you're going to set up any interfaces that you want to use with your vendors. So most of these are very easy and straightforward to set up, so let's just take a look at a few of them. Under the doc systems, if I click on DocMagic, you'll see that there's a few fields that you'll need to complete. You'll need to enter in the URL, your account number, the login and password, and select the export method. Now, a lot of these have similar fields, so you'll want to just go through and complete the information for the interfaces that your company is going to be using. You can set up one or multiple depending on how many doc systems you're using. Same with your LOS systems. If you're using something like Calyx Point, all you have to do is select the path for where those point files are stored and enter in the file extensions that you'll be using. Then you can also set up a Fannie Mae file import. So again, just select the path on where you're storing those files in the file extension. And of course, if you're using Contour or Encompass, Lender's Office, or if you want to import a MISMO file, again, just select the path and the file extension. Now we do have an interface with CoreLogic, so again, just complete your fields. And of course, we do have a few interfaces with compliance and fraud companies. So again, you'll just want to enter in the required information. We do have quite a few credit reporting agencies that you can order your credit reports from. So just complete those fields. And of course, you can have more than one if you need to. We also give you the ability to export out information. If you need to export out a Fannie Mae file, just let us know where you want that file saved, and we'll create that for you. Same with Excel and Word documents. Just let us know where those need to be saved. And then also the MISMO export. So if you need to export out a MISMO file, just let us know the path on where that file should be saved. We also have exports for hedging. So if you're using somebody like MCT, again, we just need to know where to save the file. We do have interfaces with HMDA reporting agencies like FFIEC and Quessoft. We do have an interface with Loanbase if you're doing any servicing. We just need to know the path on where to save it. And we do have an interface with MERS. So you'll just want to make sure that you get this information from your MERS rep. We just need your MERS ID, the FTP address, your login and password, and that's it. We also have a interface with NILEX, so again, you can complete this information. We have exports for your 1098 and 1099 reporting, so you can export these files out and import them into whatever system you're using to generate those reports. We also have interfaces with warehouse line company or banks, so you can just let us know where that information is saved. So that concludes part 1 of the admin settings training.